From the SNC studios in New York, I'm Haley Bianco with today's headlines. President Donald Trump says his call with Ukraine's President Zelenskyy was very good and that peace talks are on track. The pair spoke a day after Trump talked to Russian President Vladimir Putin, who said he would be willing to pause attacks on Ukraine's energy infrastructure. Within hours of that call, both sides launched fresh strikes, accusing each other of targeting oil facilities and power plants. Kate Fisher reports.
Donald Trump taking a very different tone than after the last time these two leaders spoke, which was, of course, during that angry Oval Office meeting here in Washington last month. On his Truth social media platform, Donald Trump saying that most of the conversation was based on the call he had with Vladimir Putin yesterday in order to align both Russia and Ukraine in terms of their requests and needs. And he said, we are very much on track. So certainly Donald Trump suggesting that things are still going well, despite the fact that Volodymyr Zelenskiy was concerned after the readouts from that call between Putin and Trump yesterday. In Washington, Kate Fisher for Salem News Channel.
Following Trump's call yesterday with Putin, European leaders are welcoming a pause in attacks on energy infrastructure in Russia and Ukraine, while still calling for a lasting ceasefire. William Denslow reports.
France and Germany have welcomed this call, but say it must lead to a complete ceasefire. That's a point reiterated by an official at Downing Street in London. We've also heard from Peter Szijjártó, Hungary's foreign minister, who says that the world is now a safer place after this call, but called and said that he hoped that Brussels won't get in the way of the peace process. Hungary has been the outlier here in the EU when it comes to supplying more arms to Ukraine, saying it'll be detrimental for the peace process. But for the other 26 members of the EU, they say they will continue to supply Ukraine with the support it needs to make sure it can negotiate from a position of strength. In Brussels, William Denslow, Salem News Channel.
In an effort to limit fraudulent claims, the Social Security Administration will impose tighter identity proofing measures. The changes require millions of recipients and applicants to visit agency field offices rather than interact with the agency over the phone. Beginning March 31st, people will no longer be able to verify their identity to the Social Security Administration over the phone, and those who cannot properly verify their identity over the agency's online service will be required to visit an agency field office in person to complete the verification process. Stay tuned for your next news update in 1 hour. In New York, I'm Haley Bianco.